Hello, hello, I don't need that microphone. Hello, you got the Reverend Click back. Well, actually, the courts forced me. I didn't do it voluntarily now. The courts forced me to change my name from Click to Cliblib. I don't see much of an ifin'. I don't see an ifin' at all. If it's X or B or C or X, Y, Z, I don't see the difference. But today is a special message about sexuality. And sexuality is a widespread condition throughout the world. When God said, go and recreate and reproduce and fill the world with people, He knew the trick to do it. Pleasurable sexuality. And that is unfortunately kind of on hold in my life because I've got a nasty yeast infection. I got the infection, God knows how. I think I got it from a nice Christian lady, and she just failed to tell me that she had this problem, and it just goes on, and you do rubs and creams and scrubs and antifungal pills, and you have to shower regularly and change your skivvies and wash your skivvies. I must have 30 pairs of skivvies because you got to wash your skivvies. You got to have fresh cotton against see, that's what it does to me. It drives me crazy. It drives me crazy because I can't even speak straight when I think about the yeast infection and not having sexuality for 4 years. That's a long time, and we're meant to partner up. And I don't have all the answers. I agree with Pope Francis and my Catholic friends that say, who am I to judge? There's very talented people who do different sexuality. So who am I to judge the other people's sexuality? So in going on this topic of sexuality, the Catholic Church, and I'm thinking about converting, by the way. The Catholic Church has pronounced the barrier method, not barrio. That's a poor favela. That's a poor neighborhood in a Hispanic community down south, barrios and favelas, and we need to pray for those folks. But I want to talk about the condom and why condemn the condom. That's absolutely ridiculous. I don't get the arguments that a sperm is a live human being, or unfertilized egg is evil because you didn't get the sperm in there, and there's nothing about that. And wear a condom, for God's sake. Don't turn one activity into 3 activities like I did. I'm ashamed that I had unprotected sex, and I suffered the consequences. Thank God it wasn't AIDS, or wasn't herpes, or some of the other ones that just pop around all the time. But I want to just finish up and say, whatever your practices are, be safe out there. Don't do what I did. Thank you, and bless you, and we'll see you next week with the Reverend Cliblib. The message is over. Cliblib is resting now. But I often get the question about Joel Osteen. And there's no L in Osteen. If there was an L in Osteen, it would be Olstein. So they say, are you a relative, a mongoloid cousin, or a brother and sister get together and create you, and then they create Cliblib, and are you related to Osteen? And I say yes. Jimmy Swaggart was first cousins to that Jerry Lee Lewis. And we are first cousins. We have different styles, of course, completely different styles of speech, completely different style of eyes, completely different style of full head of hair, completely different style. But yes, indeed, I am related to Joel Osteen. I call him Joe. The people call him Pastor or Reverend Joel, but I just call him Joe. So, Joe, if you're listening, thank you, and we'll see you at the next family reunion.